All right, here we go. So we're going to do a little journey today. If we've never met, my name is Elisha Halpin, and I am the creator of the Heroine's Mystical Journey. And what's amazing about the Heroine's Mystical Journey is you don't actually need to be a heroine to do it. So you don't even have to be feminine to do it. But just like the hero's journey is out into the world, out into adventures, and really living into the external world and creation, the heroine's journey is into her inner self, to meet herself fully, to excavate the fears, to see what the unconscious programming might be, and to bring herself into deeper integration and allow that to unfold naturally with ease and grace into the world. And so today, on this solstice day, whether you're in the longest day or the longest night, depending on where you are in the world, it's about a tipping point. This day really allows us to find that small dance inside, the dance that's always happening. There's never too much stillness inside of our system. There's always these little micro shifts that are happening. And we often aren't connected to them because we want the big shifts, we want the big waves, we want the peak experiences. But these small moments of shifts, these moments where the light just begins to peak or just begins to drop, are so very important. And these are the moments that the more we understand ourselves and our system, we become very nuanced at working inside these places. And what this type of nuanced work does is it continues to breathe choice and expand our capacity so that we have more ability to be in presence fully as our soul embodiment, and then choose how we want to be engaged and expressing in the world. And we're not being driven by this unconscious, habitual, that was some lightning over there, some fears that we haven't connected to. So in the work that I do, it's not about getting rid of those fears. It's about meeting them. It's about understanding what power might be locked in there, understanding what lesson we might have wrapped up inside that fear. Fear isn't actually a problem. It's only a problem when we're running from it. It's only a problem when we're negating it. It's only a problem when we're afraid of our fear, right? When we allow it to control us. And so when we can meet it, when we can go into our own dark, our own unconscious, and look at it and say, hi, hello, let's do some work here. Let's do some integrating. And so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a little journey to the cave of our heart and allow the light and the shadow to meet and maybe transform something that's been feeling heavy, or maybe it's about bringing something, a desire, a longing, a dream into the light. We'll just see when we get there. You don't need to have any experience doing journey work or anything of the sort. This is basically a guided meditation. It's energetic because we're going to look at bringing in our 4 bodies. So our physical body, which we're going to start with doing a little body scan, dropping into our physical body. Our emotional and energetic bodies where we're going to do the work, but our mental body gets to help along the way. You may see what we're talking about, what I say. You may see something different than what I say. You may be imagining, you may be using your clairvoyance, if that's one of the clairs that you have cultivated. You might be like me and you might feel and know more. So you might just have a sense of knowing or feeling what is happening through this journey and this meditation. Whatever's happening for you is completely perfect, and it's how your system works. And that's one of the aspects of doing journey work, is just learning how your system operates. We will always begin and end with breath as being our anchors, because breath is actually everything. And so the more comfortable we become with working with our breath and using breath to shift our different states of consciousness, allow us to clear, allow us to activate, allow us to be in the presence of the moment of what's happening in our inner states, and then engaging with the world. Breath is the magic. So we will start there, and we'll bring in a little heart coherence and allow ourselves to ground. All of these things happening in this one journey. It's amazing. It's why it's magic, right? We can do all of this at once. We're such amazing creatures. I'm going to invite you to get comfortable right now, though. Sitting up is great, but if you have any sort of back issues or you feel like you've got tightness, laying down is perfectly acceptable as well. One of the most important aspects of being able to work with our inner states is allowing our neurological system to relax. And it's difficult for that system to do that when we're in physical tension. So as neutral and as restful as you can become right now is the invitation. I'm going to play a little bit of music very low. And as you breathe, you don't need to do anything special or different. Just breathe what you've been doing beautifully and magically for so long. Thank goodness it happens. And also thank goodness that we can look at it, we can experience it now. Allowing the breath to be just like sipping the most glorious, cool, refreshing water. As you take it in, it quenches your thirst. And on the exhale, just begin to drop deeper into your physical body. Begin to surrender to gravity. Letting go. Maybe even imagining that the skin could slide off. That the muscles could just hang from the bones. And we're going to activate the bones with light. Beginning at the top of the head, imagining the skull, all the parts of the head lighting up. Even as the skin and the muscles slide away, the bones are lighting. Moving into the spine, the top of the spine. Down into the clavicle, across the front of the chest, the shoulders, the scapula, tops of the arms, lower arms, wrist, hands, down through the neck, continuing down the spine and the upper back, the mid back, the rib cage, the low back, the sacrum, the tailbone, the wrapping of the pelvis, the bottom of the pelvis, the tops of the legs, the knees, the lower legs, the feet. And from this place, inviting any of your energy, any of your awareness that might be scattered to come into this lit up skeleton that you are right now. Maybe bringing your energy and your awareness right to this spine that is glowing so beautifully, just as if you're watching it in an X-ray machine. Continuing to rest inside of the breath. And as we've laid down our skin and our muscles, we're going to lay down any identity, any roles, any stories, any obligations, any parts of ourself that we don't need right now. We're going to pack them in a beautiful little bag. Letting go of any mask, any sense of perfectionism. And when you're ready, just setting your bag outside of your room, just imagining that it could float right out the door. And it'll just stay there. You can pick up any of those things later. And inviting a vision in your mind's eye or your imagination or your knowing and sensing that you now, as this light body, are standing at the top of the hill. And there's a path down this hill. You begin to descend. You might notice with every step you take down this hill that you let go of more of that identity, more of the story, more of the obligation. And you just feel yourself. You know yourself from the inside. That knowing might get stronger as we come down towards the bottom of the hill. As we turn to the right, there is a cave, the base of the hill. This is the cave that takes us into your heart chakra. Notice everything you can. Sense everything you can about this glorious cave that lives in your heart. You allow yourself to begin to walk inside this cave of your heart. Allowing yourself to go right to the place at the edge of where the light begins to dim to shadow. And this is the cave of your heart, so that shadow and that light might not play in the way that you think. Allow it to be however it shows up. And as you find where the light and the dark are dancing, perhaps you decide to lay upon the floor of the cave, or maybe lean against the wall. Feeling the micro shifts in the air, the tiny shifts of light and shadow within. Then I want you to ask the shadow, what is here for you today? What is the message or the lesson or the claiming for you that the darkness would present? What is ready to be brought to the light? Receive this message in whatever way it comes, with words or an image or a memory or a feeling or a light vibration. Notice if there's anything else for you to do or know or see within your cave. Here where the light meets the shadow in the cave of your heart, we're going to strike a match. Perhaps you have a candle there, or maybe you want to build a little fire. Perhaps your heart cave has a tiny hearth. Let yourself find the place or choose the place that you will create your heart light. And in this space where light tips into shadow and shadow tips into light, and we know that they are one and the same, just a different perspective, a different knowing, a different experience. Trusting that as you continue this work, that your light will continue to shine further and further through the cave. The shadow will be less dense and less murky and more joyful. And if you haven't already done so, strike your light. Let your fire be rekindled at this moment. And as you see the flame, allow yourself to feel the flame. Begin breathing from this place, this inner fire in your heart. Letting the breath move in the front and the sides and the back of the heart. Fanning the flames. Increasing the warmth, the vibrancy, and the reach of your heart light. Let the glow from your light fill your whole body. Fill your whole bubble outside of your body. Fill the room that you're in. And then begin to send this glow from your heart out into the world. Sending it to your community. Sending it to those across the globe who need a bolstering, who need to feel love. Trusting your heart light to go all the places that it is needed, whether you know them or not, whether you name them now or not, holding the intention that you can change the world through sending out a new signal, a new vibration of love. And as you're sending that out, you might notice you're receiving more and more of your own light, your own vibration. You're sensing it stronger. The more we give, the more we receive, and the more we receive, the more we have to give. Continuing to breathe through the heart. Allowing yourself to feel gratitude, joy, care, or acceptance right now for yourself. Showing up, for meeting the light and the dark within you. For dancing on that line and meeting the shifts. For sparking your heart light and receiving it and giving it. And as you are holding this vibration of gratitude or joy, begin to move your spine just a little bit. Gentle waves. Gentle rise and fall. Some circling. We're going to complete this meditation with 3 deep breaths of release. We're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as you breathe in, I want you to imagine that you're drawing from the tips of those lit up toes all the way to the top of your lit up head. We're drawing anything that no longer serves, that you're ready to release. Any heavy shadow that was left in your cave that you're ready to give over, be changed in this moment as you accept more of your essence, your light, your inner beauty, letting go of your exhale through the mouth. And again, breathing in that inhale from the bottom all the way up to the top, drawing, all the way out, holding at the top of that inhale, really setting the intention right now that you are letting go of what you don't need, letting go of anything and everything, any emotions, any feelings, any stories, any limiting beliefs, letting go on your exhale as you're ready. And the last time, really drag it up. This time, really pull all the way up. All the way up. You are changed in this moment because you choose to meet yourself, to see yourself, to love yourself, to know yourself. That is the change. The miracle happens in your heart right now as you let go on your exhale. Arriving back into your heart. Placing a hand on your heart, maybe a hand on your belly. Noticing where your hand meets your chest, your hand meets your belly. Feeling that. Meeting yourself externally in the skin, in this holy temple. And then meeting yourself inside. Feel and sense the inner heart. Drop back into that inner light. Meet the fullness of yourself in your essence, in your energy. Feel your truth, the truth of your sacred beauty. As you're ready, following the exhale. Coming back to the room, maybe rubbing your hands on your thighs, or gentle squeezes on the arms. Coming back, stretching, opening, bringing that beautiful sensation, all of the gloriousness and the juicy lusciousness that you felt and created inside, letting that just ooze out. So beautiful, so good, so good. So I believe what it takes to live fully in this world as ourselves is courage. Courage meaning the coming of our heart, the meeting of our heart. And that's what we did just now. We activated our courage. And so as you go back to your day or into the rest of your holiday seasons and your celebrations, I invite you to open and live from this place, allowing yourself to daily make time to meet yourself in your heart, to activate that light, let it fill you, and let it be the guiding beacon that you shine into the world, pointing yourself firstly in the direction and then being a beacon to others. It has been my pleasure to do this and serve in this way. And I say happy solstice to all of us. And for those of you who are ready to jump into the next level of where this work will take you, we've got the Spark program coming up. We'll pop a link into this and you can join us there if you want. This replay will live on this page and you can return and do this guided meditation as often as you want. So, happy solstice. So much love. Namaste.